Podcast, a Kill Team podcast, presented to you by the Florida United Kill Team.
Oh, that's so funny. I didn't have this full screened. Sick. All right. Welcome to PhoBros, guys. I am Eric. Today I'm joined with my buddy George.
Hey, what's up, everyone? Live from the stream room, not from prison, joined with my buddy Cameron.
Not from prison. What's up? Yes. How we doing? Live from house arrest, of course, and we're joined with Shane today, legendary command point player. Bring it in, yield him. Everyone jump around.
How's it going? How you guys doing?
Good, man.
We're doing great. We're excited to have you here. Very excited.
Yeah. So
The
this
last time I
episode,
saw you, your hair was a lot shorter.
that is true.
Yeah, Cameron, we were playing at Nova, I think at the next to each other on one of the last rounds.
Yeah, that's kind of how I met you. Was I was
Yeah.
playing across from I think I was playing across from Chris. You were playing somebody else to the left. We were kind of like watching each other's games through the thing.
Yeah, I think I was playing
And
Reese,
yeah,
John Reese, and you were playing
Mhm.
you
Chris
were,
Moore.
I think.
Yeah.
Yep. Two very sweaty games.
That
was
must have been a
actually
good game.
Oh, yeah, I think about that game I was playing in that actual circumstance a lot. Like when I think about like things I wish I had really done differently at the end of a game, that one comes up a lot in my mind.
Nova will do that to you. Nova is one of those events that you're kind of so daunted by everything that's going on. The games are 2 hours. We do it at most events that we run down here, and it feels like they're so much faster in those big tournaments.
Yeah, yeah. And they fly by, and you're playing at a much like the level is so high with some of the people you're
Mhm.
playing against there that you're just like we've talked about it before. But yeah, that's how I met Shane. I think Shane and I were just like, oh yeah, we know Ben. Like that was our mutual
Yeah.
connecting point, and that was it. I did text Ben after the thing. I was like, yeah, your buddy Shane's pretty cool. Now we have you here, so that's awesome.
Ben is the
Yeah, it's good to
glue.
be here.
Yeah, for
Yeah,
sure.
man. Ben's the glue that
Yeah,
brought
he
all of
really
us
is.
together.
He
Really.
brings everything together.
That's how it
Yeah,
goes, man.
he is.
But yeah, I think this episode we're just gonna kind of shoot the shit, man, because we don't have any new hotness in the kill team sphere at the moment, right? So just gonna talk about kill team, maybe like I know we were talking a little bit in the green room, like what we've been doing kill team wise, and Shane, you mentioned like you've just been mostly playing like funky kind of casual games, playing some weird teams. So like what's like your weird team that you're on right now, messing around with?
For me, it's Kroot. That's like
Ooh,
I was talking
okay.
to. Yeah, I don't know how much I'm gonna stick with them, but um, I have this thing, and people who talk to me a lot know this about me. In the my kill team friends know this about me. About every 6 or so months, I like fool myself into thinking that I should play Kroot, and it's been going on for like 2 years now. It's on a cycle, and and you play it for like I'll play it for like maybe a month or two, and then I'll have a couple just crushing losses, and then I'll start playing other stuff. But I'm back in my Kroot phase right now, um, trying to make them work. They're decent, you know. I mean, there's some people who are doing well with them at Worlds. I mean, well, they like some people were like, I think a guy was like top 40, which for Kroot is pretty good.
Yeah.
Um, I'm just hoping that they didn't do too well that like Kroot won't get any more buffs because I do think they need some buffs. But they're fun. They're like I don't know. They're just a cool team to me. They're a team I'm gonna really miss once they're like rotated.
Their models are sick. I
Mm.
actually went through a Kroot phase beginning of this year as well.
Okay.
And
Mhm.
I think they have sauce. I think it is also the same thing where when I was playing them, I'd have some really good games and they were really fun. And then I'd have just the worst games ever. And I'm like, this team, I fucking hate this team, bro. This team is like, it's so frustrating. And then I'll have some really good
Yeah.
team games with them and I'm like, okay, like, they play the new approved ops really well, I think. But then just
Yeah.
the chassis that you're sitting on is kind of the problem. You got a lot of activations. You're just trying to abuse the fact that you out activate most teams, I feel like, and abuse the crit op breakpoint. But sometimes you have to kill stuff in kill team,
Yeah.
and that's where Crute will sometimes I feel like fall flat for me, dude. You know, and especially half your shtick when you're trying to kill stuff is that you have balance on everything, you know? If you do it right, you get balanced where you really need it. And then certain teams like Hunter Clade, bro, have given me a lot of problems with their turn off rerolls on the entire board. And there's some, you're just raw dogging life, dude. Just trying to kill a 7 wound model. And like, God forbid you whiff when like all I have is a 3-4 damage profile and hitting on threes, bro. And it's just like I need this one kill on a 7 wound model, but all I have is balanced in my pocket, and I can't even use that, dude. You know?
Yeah, they exist in this weird space where they're this 12 model team. It's a pure horde, which is like getting more rare, I feel. And they are they're pretty accurate. Like they hit on threes mostly, and they have a lot of rerolls. It's not hard to get rerolls. They hit on threes in shooting and melee, which is in a vacuum sounds crazy. It sounds really good.
Pretty good.
And then they can get up to like everybody has 4 or 5 attacks in melee with deploy. The problem is it's all 3-4, 3-3. There's like 1-4-5. It's like a horde without a melta gun or a plasma gun, and like they don't get like crazy melee to make up for it. They just have like accurate low damage stuff. So when you're playing against Marines with high health pools, or God forbid a team with damage reduction, like when Sanctifiers came out and their damage reduction went below 3, it was like, what do you even do? Like everything's 2-2 and 2-3 into them. Like that's horrible. And so like, yeah, I don't know. The damage reduction they're winding it back a little bit. Like they seem to be going minimum 3 on a lot of that, which is great for Crute. And I haven't played them against like Deathwatch, but in my mind, I feel like in theory, it's easier to play against 5 15 wound guys than 6 14 wound guys with
That
Crute at
makes
least.
sense. Yeah, I guess.
Like I think Angels of Death is just like the nightmare matchup for Crute.
Oh, yeah.
Because like all their weapons are 3-4. Who cares that they kill you anyway? And you can't really kill them.
They're so chunky, right?
Yeah,
They're just like, what are you doing?
Yeah, it's tough. You can't stun them because they take Resolute, and it's just like, oh my god. So that's pretty tough. But what I really want is them to just get more damage. Like if they buff the team, give them like bump their damage somewhere.
Cut
Like,
skin.
You think if they give them like a special rule, like another special rule besides balance, maybe I don't know, lethal 5 or ending or something? Or
I like the balanced. I kind of like how the rerolls function. I think they just need like I don't know, either like +1 crit damage, or like I've heard some people say like give them some kind of like Dev 1 like baked in somewhere with some of their abilities. I don't know, but they got to do a little more damage, I think.
okay.
Yeah, when you have
They're cool.
your dedicated melee operative, the cut skin, and he's 3-4 on an 8 wound body. It's like it's cool that he's lethal 5, ceaseless. It's cool that if your opponent misses, they take damage. Like that's pretty cool. But the reality is, you gotta roll 3 crits to kill an 8 wound model, because there's a decent chance like they roll a crit and now you're just getting parried out, right? Like they better miss,
Yeah.
for you to actually make shit happen. So like there's
There's
many
like an
limitations.
objective. Yeah, I was gonna say there's like an objective level where with most like 99% of teams, like if you get like 3 hits out of 4, right, that usually does it. And Crute have no problem getting 3 hits. It's
Right.
just that they're hitting you with like pool noodles, so it doesn't really matter.
Loaf of bread, just go.
Yeah,
Yeah,
actually getting beat over the head with a
But they're
baguette.
sick,
You're
man.
playing L.
Yeah, but even then,
Yeah.
like there's a little bit of
But like if you guys, oh yeah, I was just gonna say like it's cool playing them like on the table, just because for a horde the models are so tall, and it's really jarring to see like on the board. It just looks like a cool team, I think, on the table.
they are cool.
I think the models are super cool. Yeah,
They're
Yeah.
they're some of the coolest. I
They're
painted
one of those
my-
teams like Felgor, where the sculpts are really, really good.
Yes.
They just
Mhm.
look
Yes.
so cool. Yeah.
I think so too. I like that they have all really cool like specialists. I think they're all very flavorful.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I always thought they were neat, and then I always heard that I never played them before, and I always just heard that they were just okay. But
Eric
Eric,
suckered
you
me
did,
into playing them.
Did I?
I played
yeah.
them, and then I got
Eric
stomped out by
bodied me
Chris
with
like
them.
3 times. And I was like, no, never again.
I did a
Eric
Yeah,
few
painted it
it's
very
some.
not
cool.
easy.
Eric's got like a red orange Groot skin.
Yeah, I did red skin for the first time. It was kind of cool. I need to finish them because they're like
Yeah,
basically battle ready but with no base. So they're not battle ready. They look kind of like
Mm.
I got like a decently cool paint job. The skin looks sick. I put like all the effort into the skin and then it's like meh. I played them in a league and I was like, all right, this league is gonna make me finish this hobby project. It was my big brain move. Uh, that then like halfway through the league, I'm like, yeah, fuck that. I'm not doing that. So, but I should go back because they are a
Yeah.
cool team, and I'm like maybe not as much as you, but I remember we played a game. Man, it had to have been over a year ago, Shane, where you played into my Felgor with Kroot on ITD and put a hurting on me with the Kroot, bro. Just plant beacon
Oh,
going
I
hard.
forgot all about that.
Yeah. So like they can win, you know, but then it's also like
So
I just wasn't expect like you just kind of knew my game plan and I didn't know your game plan and you just ran circles around me basically, you know, it's what it felt like on that game. But at the same time, like maybe, you know, I don't know if that works ever. That's the thing about Crew. It doesn't always work every time. If you can kind of surprise somebody and be like, "Hey, I know that you're playing this tack up, and I'm gonna deny that," and then they can score a lot of points and win games. But then it's like, how long can you keep it up? Or you get caught into a bad matchup on a tournament. It's like, well, what do you do? Into five assault intercessors and a captain. I don't.
not
What do you
much.
do? You don't do
Um,
anything.
yeah, you try really. You don't get double killed. No, but that was 12 months ago. That was that was two
Yep.
Kroot cycles ago for me. So and yeah, I mean I'm serious. It's like clockwork.
that's funny.
That's
So
hilarious.
I forgot about that because I was seeking out Felgor players to try and play Kroot against them to see if I
Hmm.
could figure it out.
Damn, he was
And
hunting you down. He was
He
coming
did.
for
I
He
you.
did hunt me down. Yeah, and he hunted me. The kin band got their bounty, brother. I'll tell you that much. I'll tell you
no
that
man, they
much.
Kroot. Nobody believes me. Nobody believes me, but Kroot smash Felgor. It's a
Yeah.
good matchup if you know what you're doing.
Yeah, no, you I hadn't lost a game
That's
that badly in many, many moons, my friend. You fucking smashed me, bro.
What about that matchup? Do you think makes it in favor of Groot versus Spellboard? I'm curious.
They have a so I think they have a lot of good tools for it. I think that they have a lot of stun. Like Toxin Shot is a really good thing into Felgor.
For sure.
And they have a fight first firefight play, which is really nice. Um, they have a lot of like generically like anti melee tech. Um, like they charge a guy and like a dog counter charges and fights. Um,
Nice.
and I think they're one of the few teams that's better than Felgor on Curdop. Which that was true last to Prudops. It's probably still true, but I haven't tried it. And then other than that, I mean, Crude have low damage, but it's a high volume of accurate low damage, which is pretty good when you have a 5-up save or when you're up against 5-up saves.
Yeah.
And so if you can just hold them to like 1-for-1s, it's pretty good, I think, for Crude.
Yeah, and I guess you what
Yeah, Eric and I played that one, and you were playing Groot, Eric,
yeah,
and I was playing Felgor early, and you did body me with them.
well,
I
well,
didn't get any good charges off. Well, maybe not body, but yeah, I got no good charges off that game, and you effectively kited all my charge ranges and just nicked me down with shooting, and I really can't shoot you back. We were also playing on Volkus, which was like you had your guys up, kind of playing floor is lava with me a little bit. You had a
bound
lot
is a hell of a
advantage.
drug, brother. Bound is a hell of a
Yeah.
drug.
Oh yeah.
I tell you
And then
what.
you send the satellite dish guy out with his like whatever that
Ah,
crazy
the
5
Skinner.
attack piercing 2 weapon. Yeah, yeah.
All right, I do have to interject the crew talk because Ben Campbell himself is in the chat and he's very insistent
Whoa!
that we pivot this conversation in a different direction. So Shane, I would just really want to know what you think about geese.
Geese. Oh, I love geese. I mean, they're great.
Like, is there a specific, species of geese that Ben's looking for here? What is it about geese? I'm getting hounded in the chat about geese. So we
No,
got
geese is they're the next. So we're not talking about the animal geese.
How about the band?
We're talking about the band geese. At least that's what I'm assuming. I know for a fact that Ben is talking about the band geese. Um, they're just great. They're a young up and coming band, and they're great. You should check them out if you like. I don't know, like
are
rock revival, maybe like kind of like an indie rock revival type thing. They're sick.
are you a
I
geese
second this.
groupie? Is that what's happening?
No, I just like the band. I don't know why Ben wants me to talk about them so bad.
Yeah,
It's
he's
because Ben's Instagram reels have been flooded for some reason with geese, like fan pages, and I don't really know why.
his
Um,
algorithm is just
but
poisoned.
yeah,
Yeah, did you poison his algorithm with geese?
yeah.
He
Because
tainted his
that
algorithm.
is Cameron just destroys my algorithm. Like I'm in vicinity of Cam's phone. We have one conversation, and then next thing you know, my Instagram algorithm is just like Nurgle's rot, dude. Has just come through and fucked all my my whole everything up, dude. But
I mean, even my Instagram isn't filled with geese. So Ben might be a bigger fan than I am.
He said, "No, I wanted to hear about the subspecies of the animal geese, you morons." So we were wrong. We were wrong. It has nothing to do with geese at
Why
all.
does he keep capitalizing it?
He is
He's got to
capitalizing, right?
fix his capitalization.
Yeah, he
So
is. It's
this is just
like
bait.
yeah, exactly, bro. But that's cool. That's cool that Kroot have been you're back on the Kroot chain. I've been trying Chaos Cult out, dude, and I don't really vibe
They're good.
with the playstyle. Like I know they're good. I'm not like a huge fan, but the models are sick. So I've been like starting to figure out how to make stuff happen with them. And Accurate 2 also hell of a drug. But yeah, they're
You
they're another
know,
like funky team for me. Like my normal playstyle is not like Chaos Cult, like sitting within 3 inches of your drop zone for a turning point, do nothing.
if if you're interested in Chaos Call, you should tune in tomorrow to the 12 Days of Kill Team that we're doing over at Command Point
Oh,
because
nice.
there may or may not be a Chaos Call episode coming out.
There you go. We got the hot,
Nice.
leak here on
Hobby.
PhoBros, dude. Yeah, well, I probably will because I'm not trying to play them competitively. They're just not like that kind of team for me. But the models are sick. I ended up getting the Ashes of Faith box for $60, dude, which is
Oh
insane.
wow,
Shout out Lando,
that's actually crazy.
our child warrior Lando, sold it to
Oh
me
yeah.
at a tournament that I almost won with Strikeforce Justian and lost to
The landed
Landon in
one.
the finals. And then Landon was like, you know what, I'll hook you up on this box. So Landon's the man. But yeah, I finally built those guys and I've been messing around with them. So that's kind of been my latest thing. Uh, I got off my crew train earlier this year, but maybe you inspired me to go fuck around on crew because I'm not really into the competitive meta at the moment. Like,
Yeah, it's pretty rough, and for what it's worth, I don't think it's great for Crew right now. Like, I don't know what we do about Space Wolves probably,
yeah,
or uh, I mean, elites in general, but Space Wolves and like nobody's playing them that much, but Goremongers is still just like a legendary difficulty Crew matchup. Um, so I mean, if you can avoid those, it's probably maybe doable, but
yeah,
I don't know.
yeah. I don't have any tournaments that I'm planning to attend to in the near future, to be honest with you. I have a little tiny 3 rounder that I'm TOing in a couple weeks, but I don't have anything that I'm like seriously charging up for. Because when there's a big GT or something, I'm normally figuring out what team I want to play and then kind of grinding it out because I'm just a proper sweat lord like that. But I'm
Mhm.
just not in that phase at the moment with Kill Team, which is surprising with the new Phobos Marines out. But I'm also, even though I think, uh, like I'm kind of a hipster about the Kill Team meta, where I'm like, oh, everybody's playing Space Wolves, like I'll play them when they get nerfed. Because I'm just like a hipster like that for some fucking reason. Even though, but again, if I was maybe going to a big GT and I really wanted to win, I'd probably crank out the Space Wolves and go try and smash people with them. But so maybe that's what it is. I'm just making excuses.
I don't think you even have to try. Like, I think you just smash with them. they're just crazy.
I do want to
They're
run them
really
for
fun.
fun.
George. No, I know. You could. They're just very good. George was telling us all about it last weekend and all the smashing he did with it.
Yeah, they're pretty fun.
You still been playing them, George?
Yeah.
I haven't gotten a game in this week. No, I've been in full dad mode, decorating for Christmas, so getting
Yeah.
stuff ready around the house. But hopefully, I will get a game in the near future.
Yeah, I got that, dude. I need to play Kill Team this week. I've been, on girlfriend duty and holiday duty. Family was in town. We're still riding the Legion hype train down here in Florida. So Cam and I played one game of
You guys
Legion.
are like obsessed with Legion. It's crazy.
It's just
It
the
is
new,
fun.
it's the new
Something
hotness,
needs to
bro.
happen in Kill Team, so you guys could just hop off that. We need the new box with the Night Lords and the Sisters to come out, so you guys could get some new fresh teams.
That won't change anything for me. I pretty much after Crucible, and I didn't have a ticket to Worlds, and I was just like, I'm gonna take this is just like a forced natural downtime, not forced, very natural downtime from Kill Team for me. Where I still have been playing like every few weeks, but there's nothing I'm playing towards. Like Eric just said, there's no big GTs coming up where I'm kind of practicing. There's no team I'm like hyper fixated on. I mean, you're about to ship me Blooded, George. I'm about to take your Blooded and play them for fun because I'm just like at a funny spot where I just want to just do whatever. And I have the new teams as well, but I have not built my Space Wolves yet, and I don't know if I'll build them maybe for Magnolia, but that's not until March. So it's just kind of a thing. I feel like I heard from a lot of people that pretty much between like December through the new year, like Kill Team just kind of like slows down, like at least the hype train and the hype beast for it kind of slow down.
There's less events, right?
Yeah, it used to be like after Worlds there would be a lull until January, and then there'd be LVO, but now there's no LVO in January. So
yeah,
I don't know. It's a little weird.
Well, we need George to set up a fucking GT in Miami. We can come southbound to the heat and fuck around and party in Miami and throw some dice, bro. That's what I'm hearing.
I'm not gonna set up my GT probably till later on in the year when it's in the midsummer or something. But I will be running another local event
in Miami,
bro,
George.
You should.
Come on, dude.
And I'm saying this live on the pod, bro. You should actually organize a winter Miami GT, dude, when everyone wants to escape the cold, and we'll come down to the beach bash where it's actually warm, because even for me as a Floridian, I'm a native Texan, like I'm used to the heat, bro. I'm fine cooking. Miami's hot as fuck, bro. Like July, August, I'm down there and I'm like, holy shit, nighttime. Like that's when the really, really hot times of years, like anywhere you live, like I've always lived in the heat. It's when you get no reprieve, when it's like 9 p.m., 9:30, dude, and it's 88 degrees outside, and you're just like, bro.
It's like,
someone turn on the air conditioner. Yeah.
Even when I went to just Orlando a few years back, like as a New York person, when I remember the moment when I got off the plane, because I usually don't go super deep south in general. I remember getting out of the airport, like walking out of the airport, and it felt like I was in like an indoor water park.
Yeah, you just get wet.
But
instantly.
I was just outside. Like it was just insane.
Yeah,
like, how do people live here?
Oh, we love it, dude. I'm not gonna lie, like I love it.
It's crazy.
It's, all that
definitely get used to it.
All that moisture in the air. It's good for your skin. Feels nice.
Is it? Is that true?
No, but I like to believe it is.
You just sweat more.
You just sweat more.
Lose some extra weight.
Yeah. You just sweat your ass off, dude. Like you just step outside and you're just wet, like you said. You're just instantly like, you take a shower and you're like, well, Should I have even done that? You know,
Terrible.
like no, I'm just completely drenched, dude. Like, I just opened my door.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what it was like down there in June, George, when we came down. It was so hot.
Yeah.
It was so
Okay.
It
Maybe
was
maybe
warm.
I'll push it more towards the winter.
That's what I'm saying, dude. Like, if
We're
you
gonna get
run,
you. We're gonna get you.
yeah, you should run one because we'll bring the squad, bro. We'll bring the squad down there. And people want to go somewhere warm in the winter, you
Oh,
know.
definitely.
That's why Florida is so poppin' right now anyways, right? Like I was just at
Yeah.
fucking Universal, was that yesterday? Yeah, Jesus Christ. That was yesterday. Dude, it was insane. It was insane because like everybody and their mother was there because it's the holiday season, winter time in Florida, bro. So people are escaping their igloos and coming down here to, get some sunshine. So, but
For sure.
yeah, do you have the Auspex scan fired up, Kim?
Yeah. Yeah. Let's pull up the cross. Let's
Sweet.
get
So
it.
we'll go ahead and let's hop into our Auspex scan here.
Auspex scan incoming.
Let
Always takes me
Cam
takes
pull
me a
up
second to
his
do
thing here.
this, and
Yeah, all
then
good.
everybody can see all my tabs.
I'll stop
I
roasting you
have
about your tabs, bro. I'll stop roasting you about your
Yeah,
tabs.
it'll get old if you keep doing it. All right, is it showing up?
It is.
Yep.
All right, guys. This week we are looking at Crossfire games, which pretty much every tournament I go to, I have to say, I see their products on the board, especially this right here. This Kill Team 3rd Edition Essentials box is one of the most popular things I see at any event. And why wouldn't it be? I mean, it's pretty much got everything you need in a very nicely compacted box. I mean, if you look at this image here, if you're playing Kill Team, you can have your attack and your crit up. I'm pretty sure our good buddy Ben Campbell always has one of these. He lives and dies by it.
I have that too. I can speak to it. It's really good.
Shane, yeah. Do we have what else do you have to say about it? What's your review on this?
It's lovely. It's just nice having everything in like one little area. And there's a bigger one too that where you can hold models in too. It's got like a magnetized like floor. So if you just have, I don't know if he has it on this one. It's like the yeah, I don't see it on here, but there's like a bigger version of this that he made afterwards.
Yeah.
It's really nice. And I also like the tokens that he makes. That's like my favorite thing about it.
Yeah, this wound
token.
counter is pretty sick. I mean,
Yeah.
everything on the shop is sick, and yeah, these tokens are nice. It is really nice to have the actual 3D printed tokens if you don't like those paper tokens.
People won't steal your tokens.
And this multi-measure stick is also, I've seen this at a couple events, also really, really nice. I like the way it curves and how it moves like that. It's very, very nice with that little circle joint. So yeah, that's the shout out, giving you the lowdown on the hot Kill Team items. If you need all your Kill Team accessories and swag, check out Crossfire Games here from London.
Yeah, and if you guys are playing Kill Team and you don't have something like this, you are just like a pure barbarian. And you really should like step up your game here because it's a totally different experience. Like
Yeah.
I have GG Easy. We've shouted out GG Easy in the past. Crossfire Gaming's also a fantastic product. But like if you guys are out there and you just have like a Tupperware container that you're rolling in with all your bullshit in and
Throwing
you
in
know
one top working.
yeah, like that might work. That's gonna work fine if you're just doing casual games at the shop, right? Like you meet the homie, we throw a board down and we just go. But like if you're going to tournaments and you're playing back-to-back games, bro, especially like 3, 4 games in a day, you're going to be so disorganized and like that chaos, it's going to affect you a little bit, man. It's going to affect you if you want to like. I just feel so much better when I have all my stuff, all my tokens in their little spot, all my equipment, everything good to go. So like, it's worth the investment. Yeah, a lot of them are like 50 something bucks for like the organizer boxes online. I know you can find STLs. You can buy the STL if you have a 3D printer, but like I would highly suggest that you guys get into that to try and organize the madness because it's just very, very nice way to play Kill Team rather than
Christmas is
just
around the corner. It's a nice
Yeah.
little gift idea. So tell
But
the spouse, tell your mother-in-law.
yeah, tell them, hey, mother-in-law, buy me this 3D printed thing for my war Barbies, please. Uh, but, but yeah, if you want to be a Neanderthal, if you're just gonna continue the uncivilized way of playing Kill Team, that's cool too, bro. No, we don't judge here at
We love you
PhoBros.
still.
Yeah, we still love you. Tomas is feeling insulted because I guess he is,
Tomas in
out
his
there.
army case of model. You tell Tomas, you go play him. And he's like, who should I play? And he brings like an ammo case, and he opens it up, and it's just models magnetized
To
all
all
through
the
in the
walls.
case and on the lid. He's like,
At
I
least
have like
that's
20 teams here.
at least that's got there's surely a method to that. But I have seen people just pull out like a tin can and they open it up and their models are just dumped in there, just like not even magnetized. That's disgusting to me.
Yeah, that's terrible, dude. That's
That's
Madness.
bad.
truly
The
yeah.
This
Chaos
is
So
10.
also like out of all the war games, I think we play the one that's really the easiest to be organized for. It requires the least amount of things on the board. Like coming from us just starting to play the Star Wars Legion game, which has the most disgusting amount of things, tools, dice, tokens, cards. I've never had more shit to try to organize and play on a board. And then when I used to play 40K, years ago, same thing issue I had there. So Kill Team, at least you can show up and be nicely compacted. I mean, have you guys seen those Cobalt cases for the teams? Warpfire sells them. I use them for all my teams. You can get them all in this nice little display case. It's magnetized. You get that and one of those Crossfire Games score trackers with your token organizer. What else do you need, dude? You're all set up.
Yeah.
I believe he also makes them for the cardboard tokens that come with just all the stuff you buy from GW. He also makes a variant for aftermarket printed tokens. So
Oh,
even if you
nice.
do get like the upgraded tokens, he has a caddy to help you organize those as well.
For sure. That's awesome.
Nice. Yeah. Organization
Well,
is key, man. Especially if you want to
big
not
shout
lose
out.
all your shit at a tournament, bro. Which I still
It's good for the
lose
brain,
tokens
dude.
every time. Yeah, it is. Also, like you're
It's good
doing
for the
a.
game.
It is. It's good for everybody. You're sitting across
Yeah,
your
it's good
opponent,
if
and he
everybody
has just
wins.
like a pile of garbage on the other side. You're like, all right. You know,
Yeah.
the tabletop games. It's all about the spectacle. That's why we play it. We could play a video game, but we want to have cool nerd shit painted nice on a table. That's what we're looking for. But yeah. So
Shane, I got a question for Shane since he was just at Warhammer Worlds. Let's hear a bit about that experience for you. We've had a couple of the last guests all talk about how it went for them. It looks like it went well for you. You placed pretty high on one of the ITC rankings, I think I saw. Yeah, just talk to us about it.
yeah, no, my worlds went better than I thought it would. I think I finished like eighth. Um,
That's awesome, dude.
Thank you. And it was, I played Rekka crew, and I wasn't really expecting to run deep. My goal was like if I can go 4-2 in groups, I'll be happy. Just because it's Rekka crew. It's not exactly Canoptic Circle tier. Um, but I felt like they had enough play where I could at least have fun with them and try to like do my best and have competitive games. Um, and I had a really good time. I started horribly. My first day was like 1-1-1, I think, and then I went 3-0 the second day and made it out. And then I got my shit rocked in top 16 by Canoptic Circle, um, which it was Canoptic Circle on energy cells on Tombworld, which for Rekka crew is like just as bad as you can write it. But then I had some pretty good games after that. I beat some Felgor, you know. I beat some Death Watch. Death Watch was great. I wish I could have played Death Watch 10 times at Worlds because Wreck-It Crew would do great there. Um, and yeah, I had some pretty good games. And honestly, the weekend was fun. I like connecting with international players and like talking to the Spanish guys and the guys from the UK. Um, it's a good time. The event organization leaves a bit to be desired. I think it could be a lot better run, but the sense of community when you're there, I think, is the real like highlight of it for me.
That's awesome.
yeah, meeting a lot of cool
Yeah, I
people, right?
imagine it's cool. Yeah, to meet everybody that's coming through the doors from all the different places. And
Yeah,
seeing also, I would like to just see like kind of the different like cultural metas that kind of happen in these different scenes around the world. Like obviously I think every little area has like their thing that it's kind of popping off at a time. I'm curious to see like, okay, what do they have coming in from the Spanish side of things? What do they have coming in from the UK? Stuff like that.
Yeah, it's cool. It's like I don't know. It's very like you don't get the chance to play against these people like ever. So
No,
you
unless
know
you're
you,
gonna be like a TTS warrior.
yeah, which I play on TTS, but I don't usually do like a ton of like sweaty international games. I'm usually playing with people that are like in my area anyway. I just don't feel like driving out. Um, so I don't know. It's Worlds is fun. I definitely recommend going to it just for I would put it with the caveat of go for the social aspect. Don't go because you want to go to like the most like well run event ever. And like competitively, it is good. The games you're gonna have are really like tight. They're really like they're sweaty, but it's good. All my games are awesome. But it's the friends you make and the random people you get to meet and just chill with and grab a beer with, and it's a fun time.
That's awesome. Great review.
I heard a rumor. I don't know how true this is. I don't even remember who the hell I heard it from. But somebody was talking about not being in Atlanta next year. You know anything about that?
Yeah, I have no idea. They keep hinting at it, like in the um, when we had the award ceremony at the end of Worlds on Sunday night. They said they made some comment like, "Oh, we have like Worlds is coming back," like applause, applause, and then it was like, um, "We hope you'll come back, whatever city or even continent it's in." They did like a cheeky like little thing like that. So I don't know. I personally hope it's in like the UK. I think that would be cool. I'm kind of like I'm kind of over going to Atlanta. Like I've done it 3 years now,
You
and
go
it's
once.
okay.
I
Yeah,
don't like Atlanta.
it's nothing.
I
Yeah,
was I was
it's not my
born
favorite.
outside Atlanta, so I can hate on Atlanta as much as I want. No, why? Who would love going back to Atlanta? Let's be real, bro. Let's
Yeah,
just
I'm not a fan. And the internationals hate it.
yeah.
They don't like coming over here. So I think like London or Manchester or something in the UK would be like the perfect like transition, maybe.
Yeah,
Like
that'd be
I'd like an
cool.
excuse to go to Europe, but
Yeah, the UK is cool. Yeah,
That's cool.
it's always nice to, especially like, 'cause that's the thing about Atlanta, dude. Like, if you go to Atlanta, what are you doing on your time off from Kill Team? Like, there's not anything
it's
to see
tough
there, is
There's not
too.
there?
So
like sights to see there. Like
yeah,
there's
and
not really anything
Eric,
crazy
you
to do.
yeah, Eric, you might remember this from when you went. The other hard part about it is that on Thursday and Friday, which are the first 2 days of the tournament at Worlds, the rounds are so long and there's like 3 games per day on Thursday, Friday. So you don't get out of the tournament until like 7:30, and like really you like finish your games at around 7, and then you wait for everything to wrap up, and then you don't really get out of there until like 8.
Yeah.
And it's Thursday night, and for some reason a lot of the restaurants, they're going to close earlier. So like your options of places to go eat and like hang out after are tough. Like you kind of got to go find like a pub, and if you
Mm-hmm.
want to go to somewhere better, you got to wait till Saturday. So that's kind of annoying. Um, but yeah, there's not a lot to see anyway. So
Yeah, like my highlight of Worlds was actually I went to a concert Saturday night on the other side of Atlanta. Like that was like the
oh,
most
cool.
fun that I had. Was nothing to do with Worlds. Like I still had a blast at Worlds and like met a lot of cool people. But like if I didn't, and that I had that concert planned since before I even got my golden ticket. So it just kind of like worked out. It was on the same weekend. I was supposed to be in Atlanta anyways. But at least like if you go to
Nice.
the UK, there's like other shit you can do, and there's so much better public transportation and everything's, you can walk around and actually go places depending on where they have it located. So I think that would be a cool spot. I think that would be a cool
Yeah, and
spot.
like also like on top of not being like a great destination city, especially like in the area where they like at the hotel, like it's right in the heart of the city, and like there's kind of like a serious homeless problem right around there. And
Oh
for
yeah.
the it's like jarring for the people coming in. Like it's not a great look.
Dude, and 3 blocks over is like gangbangers, like straight
Yeah,
up.
it's tough. It's
And I'm not
not
even
great.
I'm not even exaggerating. Like there's actually I got like my buddy Jeff and I got walked down by some gangbangers late Saturday
no.
night while we were hammered. I mean, like we were fine. I'm from the city,
Yeah.
so like I knew how to not get us, you know, in a bad spot, but we were still like, oops, we kind of turned the wrong way and just walked straight into gang turf. My bad. And then like a block later, you know, you're like getting into the area that Worlds is at. Like this, I'm not even
Yeah.
exaggerating. So like that, but that's Atlanta, dude. That's Atlanta. So it's
The
nothing
reasoning
fabulous.
that they host it there is because it's airport, right?
Pretty much.
Easy airport for people to fly into from everywhere.
It's
Because
a
like
hub,
in my
yeah.
minds, when I was first kind of getting into this competitive scene about a year ago, and this was being talked about, I was like, why isn't GW hosting this in the UK, where the game is from? Like I always just imagined that the Warhammer World Tournament would happen somewhere in London, and then when someone said Atlanta, I was like, Atlanta? But I get it,
Well,
airport travel.
I think
And
that
there's a lot
it's
of American players
yeah.
too. Like we have the biggest base of players for what it's worth.
Sure. Okay.
So I think they want to bring all those American players in.
Yeah.
But yeah, the airport's the big thing, I think.
Yeah, because it's a
Yeah.
Delta hub
And it's
there.
also like, yeah, but it's the most annoying airport you've ever been to. Anytime I've
Sucks.
flown through Atlanta, it's just it's the worst airport.
There's worse, but it's certainly not the
I'm
best.
sure there
though.
is worse ones.
Yeah,
Dulles
dude.
sucks.
There's worse
Dulles
ones.
is probably my least favorite that I've been to.
Mexico
Yeah,
City,
In
dude.
DC.
I'll do anything to not fly through Mexico City one more time. Please God, save me from CDMX Airport. The most
Why?
it's just
It's
the
just
most
chaos.
chaotic. Every flight is late, but they tell you it's on time. They don't give you your gate number until 10 minutes after your departure time. It's the way that you have to like transfer your bags if you have a connection there. There's a laundry list of reasons. It's massive. It's hard to get around from terminal to terminal. Uh, it's just a shit show, dude.
Just
It's just so
massive.
big.
Mm.
Yeah.
Well,
Well,
but don't have to worry about that. I don't think GW is ever gonna host Mexico City.
Probably
no, I was
not.
talking
No.
in general, just general airports.
No, I know.
Anytime I think bad airport, I'm like, that's the one, bro. That's the one that'll get me. That's the one that'll get me every time.
Yeah.
I'll do anything I can to get a direct flight away from CDMX if I can help it.
Oh
But
yeah.
sweet. So let's
Yeah.
maybe
Do we
talk
have
about.
any?
Go for
Yeah,
it.
go ahead.
What's up? What's
Go
up?
ahead. I was gonna say, do we have any plays of the week for the week?
Took the words out of my mouth.
Play of the week.
So I know I haven't been playing a whole lot of Kill Team. George has been playing a lot of Kill Team. It might be on you, Shane, to carry our play of the week this episode. Play of the
Give
week,
us a
just
crew play.
yeah, just like the coolest
Oh, no.
thing either that you've done or even it can be something that someone did to you. If someone just mangled your crew in the most spectacular way possible, whatever it is.
I think the most interesting game I've had lately. I was not playing Crude. I was actually playing Rekka Crew. It was like a couple weeks ago, and it was a game where I got my shit rocked. And uh, honestly, I'm glad I get to talk about this because I think somebody needs to say this. Casterkin are if you play elite teams, Casterkin is I think a problem for you.
They're
And I
back.
think we need to. They're not even good really because I think they still struggle hard if they're out activated or even against mid range. But I think if you're playing an elite team, Casterkin in their state right now with their buffs, with their last set of buffs, it's horrible to play against. So I was playing Rekka Crew, and this is my first time playing against Casterkin, and it was a good one of my best local players on them. So, um, they have a new ploy called Seize the Initiative. It's not a new ploy. They changed it. It's basically a different ploy from what it used to be called, or from what it was called the same thing, but now it's a different ploy. So now basically what this ploy is, it's in the strategy phase, and you pay a CP if you lost initiative. It's like a gambit, and one of your guys gets to do a 1 AP action. They can flip their order, I believe. They can't move, but they can shoot or fight or do a mission action, whatever. Do a unique action, anything. And so if you're playing elites, here's what this means. If they wait you out, which they will, and they give their Melta and their Plasma 3 APL with their comms, they will last activation, run their Melta up or their Plasma, whatever, and they will shoot you with it. And then, regardless of whether or not they win or lose initiative, they will shoot you again with it if you were lucky enough to live, or maybe shoot somebody else. And it is really, really hard to play against with elites. I don't know how you do it, to be completely honest. So that's basically what happened to me. Was we were playing a game, and it was like end of turn 3-ish, and I'm trying to think about where I want to go because I got a couple activations left with my orcs, and I got +6 on initiative next turn. I've gotten all the cards, so normally I can just throw all my guys forward, or like throw at least one guy forward and know I'm gonna win initiative next turn, and I'm gonna go kill some guys. And like normally I can eat a melta shot, I can eat a plasma shot. I can't eat 2. That's never happening. But because of this ploy, I can't move up at all, or else I'm going to eat a Melta, and then I'm going to eat another Melta. And a good Castercon player, it is just like hell. It's really horrible to play against if you're elites.
I haven't had to experience that yet. I remember reading that in the data slate, and that actually makes perfect sense why that's basically impossible to deal with, you know?
I don't know what you do. And the worst part is they're going to get buffed because everybody complains about how shit Castercon is. So they're going to get buffed, and they're already this good against elite. So it's kind of scary to me. I'm keeping my eye on them, at least.
Will they become a good all-around team? Maybe. Nobody plays them down here. I mean, we had one local guy playing them in Jacksonville. He played me with him one time. And I was actually playing PhoBros, and this was pre-buff for Castercon. And I even thought then that they were kind of like they had some tricks into elites. Like I definitely lost some models in that game. Their shooting was good, and obviously having the Melta and the Plasma is super helpful into any elite player. But yeah, that's interesting. I didn't know they could do that. That is a wild thing to be able to do.
It's a new thing, and honestly, people aren't really clocking it because I think it's so new, and nobody plays them. So like,
so yeah, you're not seeing it.
The very few people that are playing Castercon for the most part are not like competitive people. It's not like the sweaty competitive players. And then on top of that, you're not playing against them because they don't exist. So I don't know. It's tough. I have the guy that played them against me. He is he's probably one of our best players here in Rochester. He always like whatever team is like widely considered to be like the worst team, he always seems to be like, oh, I think they're good actually. And every time I'm like, oh, shut up, because he did it with Blades of Cain at the start of the edition, and then obviously he was right about that. And so he did the same thing with Castercon. And then we played the game, and I was just like, man, I hope I never have to play against that ever again with Wreck Crew. It's awful.
I think that's an important thing to kind of think about because I know some people really focus on the data of win rates, and I think there's something that you can draw from win rate data, but it doesn't really tell the whole picture because most people aren't, like for this example, most people that are hyper competitive aren't playing Castercon because there's other teams that do a better job into the meta. So the people that are playing Castercon is some guy that was like, oh, special forces humans, I think that's cool. I'm going to buy this box of Castercon. I'm going to paint them up. I'm going to play them. And they're going to do poorly. That same guy could take Wolf Scouts as his first team. And he's going to lower the Wolf Scout win rate. He'll win a little bit more than he would with Castercon. But when you're brand new at the game, it's just kind of inevitability that you're going to hit a wall at some point in a tournament. So if a bunch of competitive people start picking up Castercon, and like you said, like I've looked at them, and maybe it's always been the problem with Castercon, even last edition, right? Where like, yeah, they bodied elites, but they just struggle, you know, with wide teams, and they struggle with playing the mission. They at least have less points to stand on now. They only have 3 points instead of 6. But maybe we'll see them in a similar space where they're like the counter meta pick of this like elite meta, and just another rock into the rock paper scissors meta that we've been experiencing, with the elite meta that we've kind of been running into this edition. So it's kind of interesting to hear that. I'm not surprised after I read that ploy that it did some crazy work on you, but it is interesting. Maybe
It's
we'll
pretty
see more
nuts.
of them. Yeah.
It's super
They're a cool
unique.
team. Yeah.
Oh, I don't think they're cool at all. It's just green army men. It's like
Yeah. I
it's
think I
fucking
like the
green.
special forces. Yeah, I'm with you.
Yeah.
I understand.
I don't know.
They are just green army men.
I get it. People like that. People like their green army men. But like, come on, man. We're playing 40K here, basically.
Yeah.
Like, look
Yeah.
around.
Give me a chicken that eats dead bodies. Come on, bro.
Yeah, right. You could be playing fruit. What are you playing green army men for, man?
This is
Oh,
true.
that
This is true.
is hilarious, bro. Well,
Yeah. They're pretty sick. To play though. I think they got some juice for sure.
yeah.
Well, some of these teams do coast under the radar when they're not being.
Yeah.
It's funny, you guys a couple months ago, Command Point released its data slate, and you guys had Hand of the Archon as, I think, bottom of the barrel. And I
Probably.
was just like, yeah. And at the time, it was right before Crucible, and I was like, oh, I wonder what's so bad about this team. So I just went and looked at the data cards, and I was like, okay, like I could see like maybe they're not great. Everyone kept telling me, oh, without Ceaseless, they're terrible. And then I went and played them a bunch and figured out pretty quickly that they're not. I didn't think that they were that bad. They had a lot of winning matchups, and I think they were just the worst maybe of the elf teams to choose from. But there was a lot of times, and I think this is going to be kind of a cyclical thing for me where I return to them. Now they're obviously very good. I think now they've gotten their buffs back. They have Ceaseless again. Some of those buffs they got were pretty crucial. And we have other guys in our Florida meta that have kind of really jumped into the Hand of the Archon thing, including Tomas. I think is playing them again as well because he's always loved them.
Hand of the Archon's sweet, dude. They are like a all gas, no brakes team. It's weird to play them as like I don't know. As a competitive player, I found myself wanting to play stuff where there's like a some kind of a safety net, a little bit. Like, some good teams have stuff you can fall back on if things start to go poorly. But for Hand of the Archon, it's like, oh, if things are going bad, I just need to kill them harder. Like that's my only.
Oh yeah, no.
option.
I think that's kind of why they also do suffer in like the larger meta. Is that's what I found with them was if you were able to table your opponent as quickly as possible, you were great. It's like cocaine. But I think in a larger strategy against really good players who know what to expect, you're going to suffer a lot with that team with that play style.
Roll crits.
Yeah, no, it's just about killing stuff. It's really like a fundamentals team. I think it's a good team for new people to play, in my opinion.
I could see that.
Nice. Well, solid play of the week, bro. We'll have to come through on the PhoBros side with the play of the week for next episode. We're all just like, hey, buddy, carry our pod. All right.
But the other funny thing I just want to say about that seize the initiative thing is that the sick thing when I was playing Ruckas is that because he's doing his second shot in the strategy phase, I can't just a scratch because it's a firefight ploy, which means I can't do it yet because the firefight phase hasn't started. So like it's even more stupid for me to try and like survive that.
Yeah. So.
Damn.
Yeah, that is rough.
Yeah.
That is
Right.
rough. I didn't even consider
Felt
that
pretty
actually.
bad.
But you're just like, okay, I guess I just die no matter what.
I just died.
Yeah.
Did you just a scratch the first shot?
Probably. I mean, if it's a Melta, there's a good chance I had to. Yeah, just to barely live, and then I get shot again. So
you're like, we'll just trade 1-for-1 on CP, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll trade my Justice Scratch for your CC Initiative CP.
So he's probably got something else to do to seize the initiative anyway. Like you could use your comms to seize, you could seize the initiative with your comms to give another guy +1 APL.
Oh, that's pretty good
which
too.
is pretty funny.
That's pretty good too. Wow, that's really interesting. Well, maybe that's what I do is break out my Kasserkin and go lose some games.
Go some green army men, dude.
Yeah.
Hey, in this meta, it's like 90% elites, and as long as you can avoid like Felgor and Goremongers, you might be fine.
Felgor and Goremongers going crazy in Florida right now. We got a couple at every tournament of like each, But hey, I'm not scared, bro. I'm not scared. I don't know how they would deal with Felgor though, to be totally honest with you. It'd be kind of hard.
You just cry, I think.
Yeah, if you cry hard enough, your opponent will concede. That's what I heard.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're like they just don't want to deal with it anymore. But let's jump into our final segment, our That's Heresy segment.
That's Heresy Brother.
So today, we're going to be talking about open boards versus ITD or Tombworld boards. Now, what do you say, George? You want to take this with Shane?
Yeah, I got it. I'll run it.
All right. So
Let's go,
Shane,
Shane.
yeah, what do you think, Shane? What is heresy? Is open heresy or is the close quarters heresy?
Well, I mean, I think if I'm allowed to go a little deeper on it, I think
Mm.
Tombworld is heresy.
Mm.
I have not enjoyed Tombworld. I thought I would really like it, but it just pisses me off every time I play on it.
What?
Mm.
Yeah.
You,
What?
you know what's heresy is that Volkus terrain climbing. I mean, like, do you know how frustrating it was to figure out how to climb over something with a 60 millimeter oval base? Like, I have to measure 2 inches up, 15 inches forward, then 1 inch. Like, no, give me just my, hey, it's 1 AP. You open a door, you're in the room. That's it. It's simple. It's nice. It's easy. I like it. What you got to say about that?
Just take ladders. Then climbing's easy.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Yeah, because you're the guy that puts the ladder up against the building and like so it's like, oh, I'm gonna climb this ladder and I'm gonna be able to jump off and go 5 inches that way and jump into that open structure. Then you have like doors on your Volcus that because you're behind the door, you fight first. What? What? But it's not every building. It's not every building. It's only like 2 of them.
They did change that. They changed that actually.
Not the fight first part, but
Oh no, you are right. You are right. Yep. I'll shut up. I'm not part of this.
All right, take that back. Haha.
what about the random 2 APL doors that where you need to have like a certain weapon to open it, or you need to have 2 APL, and then like Vespids just cry and
You know, they just felt like developers just wanted to hook some people up, not Wolf Scouts, because they suffer too on those 2 APL doors. It sucks really bad. But we got fucking teleporters, bro. We're here and we're there. Like, what? Did that just happen? Come on.
Nobody knows how teleporters work.
You got that bullshit third floor. You got that bullshit third floor on Volkus where it's like, oh, because I'm standing here, the floor gives me cover because it's a fucking floor.
That is stupid.
Concealed.
That is stupid if you're playing against mandrakes, but on I don't know, man. On Tombworld, it's kind of stupid though, because like half of these rooms, like half the deployment zones, you can't even get into the main room without having to use one of the breach walls, and I don't know, that's kind of lame to me. I don't like that.
So for real, that Tombworld breach wall shit is bullshit. I hate that as well. I was Chris.
Yeah. Also, there was people at Worlds who were trying to teleport through the teleporters and then charge. I mean, like nobody knows how these things work, and like there's like sometimes your base is half off, so you can't stand there, and other times your base, if it's not off at all, then you are on there. I don't know.
I felt bad for Eric when he had to TO Crucible, because not only did Jeff decide to run Tombworld because it had just dropped, he also decided to run the new Tag Ops. So I was like, man, Eric must have been dealing with so many freaking questions when it came to that stupid teleporter and the walls.
Oh, yeah. I learned how Tombworld worked that day. I've never gotten it wrong since. Shout out Twisted Tea, not sponsored, advertisement, keeping me through the day, just slamming malt liquor for fucking 10 hours. But yeah, it was like that whole tournament was people like, hey man, can I do this? And I'm like, show me the card, brother. Let's read this card together, big guy. So then I'd read the card and I'd be like, okay, yes, no, whatever, right? So like I ended up learning a lot that day, dude, because it is a lot. And like the one thing, the charge thing that Shane saw or talked about, I saw that a bunch, dude. The other thing that a lot of people miss is that if you have like the special weapon to breach the breach point for 1 APL, you can't shoot. A lot of people don't know that.
Yeah, but you know what? You know what's really stupid? All right, actually, I just remembered something that annoys me. So
we're gonna bring it back.
The funny thing if you do the 2 APL breach, you can
Okay.
shoot.
Yeah.
So all right, so but if you do the 1 APL because you're like using your weapon, then you can't shoot. So tell me, why the fuck can because okay, what is a breach though? What's happening in the 2 APL breach? You're punching the
You're,
hole down, like you're kicking it down, like you're
Yeah.
with your foot,
using
yeah.
your
Yeah.
yeah. So
Okay.
why can a Deathwatch servo skull make it easier to open up the wall? Because if Deathwatch does the 2 APL thing and they make it cost 1 APL, then they can shoot twice, right? Or they can charge and fight. And like think about what's actually happening there. Like the servo skull is like a little guy that like opens up a door for you or like hits a button. Why is the servo skull bashing a hole in the wall open for you and then letting you shoot or fight? You know what I mean?
He has a
That's insane. They got
he has a
yeah.
little satchel of C4, and he just deposits it, and
I
then
butts the
then the
wall.
Deathwatch Marine has to push the button to detonate it.
Mm.
Yeah.
Too easy, brother. But yeah, there's some
Yeah, I
goofy
hate it.
shit, and I think actually, I think Tombworld has some potential to be cool. And I don't know if we've complained about this on the pod. It's very possible that we
We
have,
haven't.
but we haven't. But
We
maybe
haven't
it's
talked
just
about it yet.
that's how much I complain about this that I think maybe I've complained about this live on stream. I think a big problem is the way that GW designed their Tombworld maps. It exacerbates the problems that Tombworld has. I think Tombworlds will always have a few problems, but specifically, a lot of the Tombworld GW maps are hot garbage and they punish a lot of teams. There's certain sides where you don't get to interact with the board until turn 3 because you have to move up turn 1. You have to breach turn 2. Then you're like, now you're in it. And that's kind of crazy that the boards are so bad that you have a initiative roll to decide sides.
And
And
there's
that,
four breach. I was gonna say there's four breaches, right, on the maps.
I believe so.
That's too many. That's not gonna change because that's how it is. But that's there should not be that many. I think four is too many. I would say.
Yeah.
Yeah, and in comparison to how many doors exist on the maps, it's incredibly annoying. I also
Yeah.
think too, and Eric, you've designed some really good ITD maps, and we've had played other ITD maps at tournaments that were designed by other people around the country, and it's the same thing again. With the 3 rooms, they love the 3 room design on these boards, and I think on Tomb World it's such a problem as well. Some of those rooms are so big and so long. Teams with Seek Light just sit and destroy as you try to get through the rooms, and we can take one heavy barricade. Well, great, that's not going to help me in 3 open rooms.
Yeah. Now there's no more scouting, so like taking the heavy barricade
It's
is
costly.
like you don't get a fifth
No,
equipment piece anymore. So yeah.
It's
no.
costly, dude.
So it's
I
it's every game I've played on Tomb World, I have literally had the worst time pretty much. I don't think I've had any fun playing any Tomb Worlds at all, especially a Crucible era because I had no idea what I was doing at that point with it. But
Yeah, no, that makes sense, dude. I think that I am gonna work on making fucked Tomb World maps. Florida United Kill Team for the uninitiative is fucked because that's just how the Florida boys roll. That's what we would name our team. And I think what I'm gonna be messing around with, and you kind of gave me some inspiration here, Shane, because yeah, we have 4 walls with breach points on them. There's nothing I can do about that because I kind of need to use almost every piece to build a proper map. But what if I have breach points that are pre-breached built into the map in
It's like
areas
the
that
walls
make
are down.
sense? The walls are
Mm.
down.
Mm.
yeah,
You have a access point that's going to tax you 1 inch. You can draw line of sight through it. And of course, it just takes some mindfulness. But I think that's probably what I might do is have 2 breach points closed, 2 breach points open before the game starts. I'm gonna start playing around with that and see if maybe I can cook something up. It is a process building maps, especially with the Tomb World and even the ITD, because you have limited pieces to connect with each other. You can only connect them so many different ways. And that's kind of the problem with Volkus too. Volkus has this gigantic stronghold. What I was asking for all last season as a person who makes maps, I'm like, dude, give me a second small stronghold. And I think that would fix a lot of the problems with Volkus. So I can take the big stronghold, not use it, and have another smaller stronghold that takes up less space and allows me to do more with the pieces I have. Because when you have a thing that's like almost 25% of the non deployable area, right? It's probably 20% or something, right? You can only position it so many fucking ways, bro. Like you can only put it so many fucking places.
Yeah.
It's like it starts getting a little ridiculous. But if you had a smaller one, different design than the other small one we have, right? I think that would provide a lot of like interesting ways that you could design maps. But I'm also the weirdo that tries. I get bored of GW maps, so I start like messing around maps, and then I run TTS leagues in Florida, and crack the whip and force all the local nerds to play my shit and tell me what's good and what's bad. So that's my thing.
I have one psychotic map take that if you guys want to hear it.
I would love to hear it.
Bring it
Yeah.
on.
I think Octarius is low key pretty nice with third edition rules, and I think people aren't ready to hear that.
Mm,
I think
Paris was such a good map. It was such a good set of terrain.
yeah, people got really sick of it, but I agree. And I think the rules, the core rules, because once we got third edition and like we had the core rules changes, people stopped playing Octarius because we got Volkus. But I actually think the core rules changes from second and third edition are better, make Octarius better suited for kill team than even Volkus is, because I think the way that the new rules with the way that seek light works and seek instead of just having flat indirect, um, I think that the way those work, it makes boards with more light cover, I think, function better, and I think you interact with more of the rules. So,
mm,
for instance, there was big problems with making maps for Octarius because, like, we pretty much eventually just defaulted to just like we're just going to flood the deployment zones with heavy cover, because if you don't have enough heavy cover, you might get blasted first activation turn one, and it's horrible, and then the game's over. But back then, you think about it, if you're in conceal and light cover and you're getting shot from advantage, you're not getting like double retain or anything like that. You're just getting regular cover. And guys that are getting blasted from you aren't getting the cover that you're getting. They're getting no cover at all. So with the new core rules, things like that happening, it's actually not as worth it really to make those big blast plays on turn one if you're shooting into light cover. And then, seek light being a thing, seek light always feels a little silly outside of Vulcan or outside of like ITD or Tombworld, because how often are you actually getting to use seek light on Volkus? Like almost never.
Never.
And on Octarius, there's a lot more light cover around. There's a more of a even balance of the light and the heavy cover. And I think it plays. I've only played one or two games of Octarius on third edition rules, so this is mostly speculative. But it feels to me like I'm interacting with the core rules more on Octarius than I am on Volkus, if that makes sense.
That makes a lot of sense.
Interesting.
That's actually pretty cool.
Cool.
Yeah.
I would try busting out the Octarius stream, playing a couple games on it. I think it plays pretty well.
I might just do that. Yeah.
Hey,
That sounds fun.
you should try it, George. I don't have Octarius actually, but I think we did get Octarius fatigue, right? And that's kind of what it came down to. With
That
we jumped ship to Volkus because we're like, man, we don't want this shit that we've. It was the gold standard, right? It was like
That's the thing. Like I've tried to tell people this before, and I say the second I say Octarius might be good, they like hiss at me. They like start growling at me and like frothing at the mouth. They're like, "No, I don't want to play it."
No, I'm
my-
kind of like itching. I'm itching to pull out my Octarius and kind of like dust it off and play it again.
Yeah,
I'll design you a map, George, and you can run it, bro. I know
Hell
some of the
yeah.
local
Yeah,
guys
yeah.
were asking me to do that actually.
play on it. Let me know. Let me know what you guys
I got
think.
Yeah,
And like
well,
put light
Yeah.
cover in the drop zones. Like put the big light thing in the drop zone and like see how it
See-
feels, because I
see
think
what
it's probably
happens.
not that bad.
Yeah, I think you're probably right about
cool.
that.
Okay.
Well, we're a little over an hour. Good time to wrap up the pod. Thanks a lot for coming on, Shane. It was a lot of fun. Uh, Mostly talked about nonsense, but that's what we do here on the PhoBros. So
It was
I
a good
think we
time.
accomplished the mission. And for anybody still sticking around in live chat, I think we got a couple people. Thanks for sticking with us to the end. And yeah, you guys can catch us every Sunday evening on Six Sided Paradise on YouTube streaming. And we have a Spotify channel up. You guys can catch us. All our episodes are uploaded and they're edited there too. If you don't want the live experience, you get on Spotify and they're a little bit cleaned up. So thanks a lot, guys. You guys have a good one. Peace.
Later, everybody.